What's going on, everybody? This is Miserable Rain God from Long Island, New York. I am about to play Dan Kitchen's Tomcat, the F14 fighter simulator for the Atari 7800. 7800 adaptation by Tony Chung Lau. I love that this has some credits on the bottom there. You don't see that often enough, in my opinion. Gotta give credit where credit is due. These guys made a very complicated game here. I have not spent much time with this game in the last, I don't know, 20, 25 years. And when I was a kid, I don't think I looked at the instruction book at all. I just browsed it now after a disastrous 2 flights before starting this video. And I just wanted to get a sense of what I was doing wrong, what was going on. Apparently, this game has some complicated controls that involve messing around with the console itself, playing with the difficulty buttons, playing with the select and reset buttons to actually have in-game toggles. So that's pretty cool, but it's also pretty complicated. I don't have any experience playing with those controls and playing it the right way. So I expect this to be a disaster. I'm going to try to do it right now. Here we go. Fueling up. So he's telling me to get my engines going. So I'm gonna power up my engines here, which means I have to hold down one of the buttons and press up. And I need to go into like afterburner mode, 216%, and I'm gonna take off. And I kind of immediately have to pull up and turn away from the water in order to not die. So as I'm going up, as I'm gaining altitude, I'm going to lower my engines back down to about 100%. I don't need the afterburner right now. And I'm using the select switch on the console itself to cycle through these options. Armaments. M61, aim 7, aim 9, aim 54. M61 is my gun. Aim 7, aim 9, aim 54 are different missiles, and I have 15 of each. 15 of available, 675 rounds of the gun available. Now, aim 54, so right now I have those missiles chosen. That's fine. Those are my long-range missiles. ECM is electronic countermeasures. I want those turned on. Oops. Fired a missile. Alright, so I have a threat here, so I need to get back to a decent screen so I could kind of see what's going on. Oh no, that wasn't a threat. I don't know why it beeped, but it beeped. Altitude is... altitude disappeared before I could read it. Alright, so I have a threat alert, which means there's a bogey coming in. I see him on my radar. I want to get close. Kind of have to line him up really, really centered in order to get a shot off. See if I hit him. Yeah, got him. 1 kill. Take that, bogey. I don't think the instruction book said who we're fighting against. But this was the mid-80s, so let's face it. It's probably the Russians. Alright, another bogey appeared. kind of jumping around on the screen there. That's not the way things move in real life, but I guess there's not much I can do. Oh, he's behind me. All right. My electronic countermeasures are trying to take care of the situation. I'm trying to dodge a missile here. The missile is on my tail. All right, I dodged him. I got rid of that missile, or I avoided that missile. This guy is still behind me. I need to get back in front, or I need to get him back in front of me so that I can try to take him out. All right, I got him. I just realized I never raised my landing gear, so I just raised those. That's done with the difficulty buttons on the console itself. Something else I noticed before is that when I crossed Mach 1, there was a sonic boom. I didn't point it out, but I did hear it, so that was kind of cool. Maybe next round I'll keep my mouth shut and we can actually hear that. Oh, got him. Let's see if I have enough time to switch to a different missile. Nope. Did not have enough time to switch to a different missile because I didn't know what I was doing, and I don't think I was doing it the right way. Oh, I should have taken a shot. I want to switch to guns and see how they work. Hey, got him. Oh man, that happened fast. Got him. I really want to... If I go down below 5,000 feet, the bogeys should stop appearing. So I'm at 12,000, 11,000. Because I want to figure out how to turn on other weapons. I'm playing on the 2600 Plus, and that doesn't have a pause button. The original 7800 had a pause button. At least if I remember right. It's been a really long time. Oh man, what did it give me? 3 seconds between bogeys there. I'm turning on my afterburners. I want this guy's blood. Alright. Got a lot closer to him now. Nope. Oh man, it's getting dark. It's getting behind me. Oh wow. It's pitch black. He's right on my tail. I guess I lost control. I don't know what happened. I got 6 kills. That's pretty good. All right, let me pause the recording. I'm gonna quickly look at the book and figure out how to change weapons, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm trying again. I was on the wrong screen for selecting the weapons, and that's why it wasn't really doing anything. All right. All right, I'm taking off. Raise my landing gear. I'm approaching 0.9 Mach 1 of Mach 1, so I'm going to be quiet as I cross over Mach 1 so you could hear the sonic boom. That's cool. Alright. Gonna lower my speed here. I'm gonna turn on my electronic countermeasures. I'm going to switch to a different type of missile. Alright. I couldn't switch to a different type of missile because somehow I lost control of the aircraft. Alright, I wanna show you this. If you don't come off of this aircraft carrier the right way, if you don't pull up and turn a little bit, you just immediately die. I just want to show you that before I try again to decently take off and get in a dogfight. That's it. I pressed no buttons. I did not pull back, and I just died immediately. Okay. That was all well and good, but let's try again. The game is very, very frustrating. I mean, the controls try, but one thing that you haven't seen is sometimes when you're in a dogfight, the enemy bogey just kind of gets stuck at the top of the screen, and there's almost nothing you can do about it until the game decides to release the bogey from the top of the screen. Slow down, speed up, turn, it just stays there. And then if it does get freed up from that position, it usually goes right behind you and then shoots at you and kills you. So that's fun. Anyway, let's get those countermeasures on. I'm going to switch to a different missile just to see how they feel. I'm going to do the AIM-7. And the M61 is my cannon, which I'm not going to turn on because I just futzed around with it a little bit and it stunk. It wasn't fun at all. I'm going to go back to my information screen here so I could see on that Mach 1.5. Altitude in thousands of feet is 2. Let me lower my my engines down here. I'm at 196 gallons. I'm sorry, 1,940 gallons and dropping. I'm guessing that's gallons. I'm using 3 gallons of fuel a second or so. All right, now I got my AIM-7s loaded up, ready to go. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Missed him. Got him. Oh, look, he's a little blip. Just a little dot. Just a little dot. I don't have very long-range missiles. The AIM-7s are really short range from what I read in the instruction book. So... oh, got him. I'd love to get to the landing sequence, but I never got there before because, like I said, I just read the instructions for this game. Apparently, if you start running out of fuel or ammo, you get called back to the aircraft carrier. I don't expect to get to that point today without getting shot down or just having engine failure or whatever the hell can happen in this game. But hey, if I get there, it'll be awesome. And we'll see it. Eagle 20, Fox 2. I want you to tell my children I love them very much. Alright, you alien assholes! In the words of my generation, up yours! Alright. That's enough Independence Day reenactment for you all. Man, the second Independence Day movie stunk. You remember that? Yeah, me neither. It was really bad. Come on, Bogey. Got him! Oh, man. I'm a fighter pilot. Let's see. How much fuel do I have left? It's the Red Baron. Come on, guy. Come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, look, it's kind of moving up into the top of the screen there. That's what I was talking about before. It's just there. Now he went behind me. So that, all right, he didn't get locked up on the top of the screen. But it's like it wants to. It just wants to go to the top, go to the top, go to the top. And then the fuel runs out as you're dealing with this glitchy, weird thing going on in the game. Very annoying. All right, gotta get this guy out of here. I'd love to switch to a different missile, but it's too complicated in the middle of a fight. It's getting dark out. He's going to end up behind me. He's going to end up behind me and just get a shot off, and that'll be the end of that. Now, he's locked up. It's like nothing. He's just locked up there. All right. In fact, no matter how far back I pull, he's just flashing in and out now. Lowering my engine speed. I don't know that that's going to do anything. Raise my engine speed. Doesn't seem to do much. It's just he's kind of locked in that position until he's not. Sometimes it lasts for 2 seconds, like you saw earlier, and sometimes it just lasts for the entire end of the flight, and I run out of fuel, and that's it. Like, that's how it ends. But there's nothing I can do to get this guy out of that flashing on top of my screen position. If I do nothing, let's see what happens. Not touching my controller. Look at how that bogey is moving around on the radar. It's just kind of locked in that one spot. And I have, and now for some reason, this game starts you off at a night flight, and I have absolutely no visual as to where I am, what I'm doing. So I'm trying to learn the game, and the game also decides that it's a pitch black night flight. It's kind of annoying. Let me get used to the day flying and fighting, and let me get used to that. Let me learn how to do it. Let me learn the controls before you make my screen pitch black. I mean, we're not talking about putting quarters in a game here. It's a home console. You should give the player a chance to learn the friggin' game. Really complicated, and it sucks because this game is actually it's sophisticated for the 7800 for Atari systems. So if it worked, and if it worked well, it would be so cool. But unfortunately, it barely works, and it doesn't work well. But those details are so cool. The sonic boom, flicking switches to raise and lower landing gear, and the hook. Different screens do different things. I'm just gonna play for a little longer. I really want to see if I can get to get to the aircraft carrier calling me back. But unfortunately, fuel would be an important thing to have on this screen, and it doesn't show up. Maybe I'll wrong button. I'll fly at 200%, which should burn that fuel a lot faster. Look at that. And I'll see how that, if I can kill one or two bad guys, that might put me in the right range for fuel, for the right range for the fuel to be low enough to call me back. See, it's I can't even talk because I'm just watching so many things going on the screen, and that's cool. It's complicated, it's sophisticated, but it just doesn't all come together. It doesn't all work very well. All right, there's the enemy. I have those long-range missiles. I didn't change the missiles to the sidewinders or the medium range or anything like that. So let's just see what happens here. If I can get a lock on this guy. Nope. Come on back. Oof. Awful. Very twitchy. Ugh. And that's it. Look, he just went into that location. Flying above me, staying on me. And it just becomes... I'm not going to do anything. I'm just not going to press any buttons and see. Alright, he kind of moved out of the way there. Good. And he just kind of disappeared and reappeared in a different spot. That is very helpful. I don't know if that's just the way the game works is glitchy, or if it's the 7800 itself. If this game would have been better on other systems, I really couldn't tell you. Oh, and he got behind me and he fired. So now I have to deal with that, and he fired immediately again. He doesn't need to be centered behind me to fire at me, but I apparently need to be centered behind him in order to fire at him. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm reading the radar wrong. I guess I'm not centered behind him right now. Wish I could fire more than one at a time. Look, he just drifts up, and he's in that position again. It's really, really frustrating. I'm not doing anything, and he's just in that position. I'm not pressing anything on my controller right now, but I am climbing, so I'm just going to lower my altitude here, see what he does. Now it's getting dark, so the screen's going to turn black. I'm going to lose all visibility. Look, he's not banking, he's not pulling up or anything. You could see he's flat relative to the ground, or relative to the ocean, the horizon, and he just moves up with my screen, just automatically. And that hit me. So that's it. That's the end of that round. And I have frankly had enough. It's too finicky. I don't know. It just decides, no, you're gonna get in this loop where you can't actually, you know, maneuver around the bogey anymore. And it's very, very annoying. It would be such a cool dogfighting game. It would be awesome if there was a good dogfighting game like this on the 7800. Back in the mid 80s when this came out, you know, there was a lot of good games on. There was Top Gun on the NES, which wasn't quite a sim like this. It was more arcadey, but it was fun until you had to land the stupid plane. And then I know I had something for MS-DOS. I can't remember what game it was. F14 Strike Eagle, maybe. But whatever. It's just too bad. Anyway, here's a look at the manual. This is from the gameisafootarcade.com. I have a paper copy of the manual next to me. It's a little worse for wear. It's bent. It's curling. It's yellowing. I'm not going to take pictures of it and show it to you. I'll just use this one from the gameisafootarcade.com. It's not the first time I've used them in a video, so they must have a bunch of cool manuals there. I don't know what else is on the site. I just want to say that as a disclaimer. I'm saying that for every site. I think moving forward, because I just don't want to get stuck if the site has questionable content and I happen to share a manual from it. But anyway, Dan Kitchen's Tomcat, the F14 fighter simulator for the Atari 7800. Flying at night. When flying at night, you must depend more on your instrumentation, especially when engaged in combat. But you know, how about you let me learn the game before you make it pitch black and make me have to rely on the instrumentation? Let me learn this stinking game. Put a horizon indicator somewhere on the screen so that I can see what the F is going on. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. It's a good idea to turn on your electric countermeasures as soon as you're launched from the flight deck. So you saw me doing that. The altitude of the flight deck at landing is approximately 70 feet. Well, that's good to know, but I didn't ever need to know that in the game this time. This manual does not appear to be in the order that the book is in, because the glossary is at the back. So apparently we're going backwards through this PDF. Could I even change the pages if I wanted to? No. This was the inside cover of the manual. Notes from a Top Gunner by Dan Kitchen. I've always been fascinated by the technology. It says from a Top Gunner. Was he at Top Gun? Is he just a designer? Is he actually a pilot? I wish I could get that information from this note from Dan Kitchen, but it ain't exactly clear. I love those illustrations. Very cool. I'm just scrolling through things fast. This video is going to be long enough with all the different rounds of the game that I played. If you want to read it, just pause, read it, and keep on going. You have a choice of 3 types of air interception missiles. Is that what AIM stands for? Air interception missiles? Ha! Never knew that. Watched a lot of movies, played a lot of games. Never knew that AIM stood for Air Interception Missiles. AIM 7, the Sparrow. AIM 9, the Sidewinder. AIM 54, long-range missiles. 15 of each type. . landing screen, the illustration of the landing screen, looks a lot like what I remember Top Gun to be. It's been a long time since I played that game too. I might be way wrong about that. Top Gun on the NES. All right, that's it. That's the last page of the manual. All right, folks. This has been a look at Tomcat, the F14 fighter simulator for the Atari 7800. Not the greatest game. Really great idea. Maybe great on other systems if it was available on them. I need to check that out. But just not great on the 7800. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It could have been really cool to have a good dogfighting game. Anyway, that's it for now. If you like this video, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a share, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you ever played the game. Let me know if the game looks good to you. Let me know if I was just playing it wrong and that's why I don't like it. I don't know. I'll be back in a couple of days with another look at another game. Haven't decided what it's going to be yet. I have an idea, but we shall see. In the meantime, be kind and considerate to your neighbors, and be careful out there.